I am sick of the swamp. I don't want to run any more data. We're getting into analysis paralysis. If you want to keep going on this swamp, let's dig something. Let's do it right and let's dig something. And I'm going to leave it to you. And as far as I'm concerned, where do you agree? Yeah, I agree. The wind howls through the empty trees, and the ground is frozen in solid. Snow covers the island like a thick white blanket, hiding everything underneath. But even in the depth of winter, Oak Island refuses to let go of its secrets. The question is, what's buried beneath all this ice and mud? And more importantly, will this be the year those secrets finally come to light? For over 200 years, people have been searching for answers on this island. Some believe there's treasure left behind by pirates or hidden away by secret societies. If what they suspect is true, the swamp isn't just a swamp, it might have been built. The question is, what? Cutting through the ice, high-tech scanning in the swamp begins. The cold air bites as the team steps onto the frozen swamp, their breath visible in the crisp winter air. The ground beneath them, once a mess of thick, sinking mud, is now solid ice. This isn't just another routine search. This is an opportunity, a chance to scan deeper, move faster, and finally pinpoint something that could change everything. Dave Spencer, a metal detecting specialist from Kello, has arrived on Oak Island. He's no stranger to treasure hunts, and today he's brought some of the most advanced detection technology available. In his hands are two powerful tools, the CTX 3030 and the DeepMax X6. The CTX 3030 is one of the best metal detectors for finding coins, relics, and even small pieces of gold. It's precise, waterproof, and can identify different types of metal, filtering out junk and focusing on real targets. But for something as challenging as Oak Island's swamp, they need something even stronger. That's where the DeepMax X6 comes in. This machine isn't just for finding old coins, it's built to detect large, deeply buried metal objects that other detectors might miss. It can pick up signals up to 40 feet underground. If something valuable is hidden here, this device has the best shot at finding it. Dave isn't working alone. Alongside him are Gary Drayton, Oak Island's expert metal detectorist, and the father-son duo Bob and Robert Leonard. Their mission is simple: mark the swamp into a precise grid and scan every inch carefully. No random searching, no guesswork, just systematic, controlled sweeps to ensure they don't miss a thing. Last summer, searching the swamp was nearly impossible. The water was thick with muck and debris, making it hard to move, let alone scan for anything underground. The team tried laying plywood boards to walk on, but the slippery surface made things dangerous and frustrating. And when the detectors did pick up signals, the shifting mud made it impossible to pinpoint the exact location of anything. This time, the swamp is frozen solid, and that's a game changer. The ice gives them a stable surface to move on, allowing them to cover more ground faster and more accurately. Instead of fighting against the mud, they can focus on the signals and collect real, usable data. But Dave Spencer isn't just using the DeepMax X6, he's upgraded it. The team has mounted a larger frame coil to a sled, which means instead of scanning small areas by hand, they can drag the detector over the ice, covering much bigger sections at once. Minutes turn into hours as the team works carefully, pulling the sled across the ice. At first, the signals are weak, small readings likely caused by natural minerals in the ground. But then something changes, a sharp, strong signal cuts through the noise. Gary Drayton stops in his tracks. He watches the screen as the numbers climb higher and higher. Dave and Bob lean in, eyes locked on the detector. The reading is off the charts. "This is what we were hoping for," Dave says, barely able to contain his excitement. Rick Lagina, standing nearby, doesn't say much. He wants to believe it, but he's been here before. They've had false alarms, misleading readings, and disappointment after disappointment. Until they process the data and confirm exactly what's underground, he refuses to get carried away. But the numbers don't lie. The signal is strong, and more importantly, it's consistent. The DeepMax X6 is detecting something metallic deep beneath the frozen swamp. And based on the readings, this isn't iron or random junk. This is a highly conductive metal, gold, silver, something real. The team knows they've just hit on something big. But what is it? And how deep is it buried? There's only one way to find out. They have the data, now they need to process it, analyze it, and decide what happens next. Could this be the proof they've been searching for? Or just another swamp mystery waiting to be solved? One thing's for sure, they're closer than ever. The team gathers near the northern edge of the swamp, where the frozen ground is tougher to dig through. But persistence pays off. Rick Lagina, shovel in hand, spots something just beneath the surface. At first, it looks like nothing more than an old, decayed piece of wood. But as they dig it out, the shape becomes clear. It's not just a random log, it's a wooden stake, partially preserved from years of being buried in the swamp. Rick turns it over in his hands, examining the edges. It's been hacked with an axe, not a saw, meaning it wasn't cut using modern tools. His mind immediately goes to the past. Could this be connected to something much older? Something that had been left here centuries ago? This isn't the first time a wooden stake has been found in the swamp. Back in 1969, Fred Nolan, a legendary Oak Island landowner and treasure hunter, was convinced that the swamp held the key to the island's greatest mystery. He decided to drain the water, hoping to get a clear look at what lay beneath. What he found shocked him. Scattered across the swamp, Nolan discovered several wooden stakes, all placed in uniform lines. They weren't natural debris, they were intentionally placed, almost as if they marked something important. Survey markers? A boundary line? A sign of an ancient construction project? Evidence of a man-made swamp? Determined to get answers, Nolan sent a sample for carbon dating. The results were incredible. The stakes dated back to the 1500s, centuries before any recorded settlement on the island. If these stakes were really that old, then someone was here, working in this swamp long before modern treasure hunters arrived. But why?